Hello miners, welcome back. And I decided to go pick up some salvage drones, and I noticed there was an awful lot of these special assault unit members in Maya, which was right next door. I had one of their members come into Yarbat, and I kind of took note. I also picked up a cheetah, and I made note of that. And then there was a pair of destroyers that were in, I think, the Corporate Alliance called Jazz Club, which I had their standings applied. So when that came up, then I kind of just said I need to get to the station. So I went ahead and I docked up. In the process of warping to the station, I met the two Jazz Club members at the station, and I was able to verify that they were both in the Catalyst. They both docked up for a while. So I pulled out my transport and I scooped up my mobile tractor units and all the ore that was inside them. And this is just moments after my tutorial video was recorded. So it's like I had two tractor units. One of them was 100% full, the other one was close to being full. So I went ahead and I scooped the tractor units and their cargo, and then I figured I should probably pick up some salvage drones, because if you're going to be mining in a system that could potentially at times be hostile, you really don't want to give them some idea of where you have been and where you potentially would be going, because they could always set up log-off traps or be set up to catch you in a new asteroid belt, either while you're moving to a new asteroid or while you're doing something important that would make it difficult for you to get out quickly, like you're locking asteroids, or you're in a chat, or you're looking up someone on the website and you aren't doing the refreshes quite as often as you should. Then suddenly you end up losing a ship. So it's definitely a good idea to just, if you can salvage, then they don't know where you've been and they can't guesstimate where they think you're going to be going, so you become less predictable. You could also not mine belt by belt by belt. You can kind of jump around. I switched back to the show portrait list local, because it's just, as long as the local's not too big, then it's a bit easier to tell what the heck's going on in local. One month old talked in local roughly around the same time the gank went down. I don't remember or recall when exactly, but he might have been one of the ones that got ganked. I don't know. So let me throw these into the drone bay of my Mackinac, and I'll throw the rest in the item hanger. Okay, so I'll go ahead and look for a new system, because to be honest, let me apply standing to this guy. Add contact, and I'll set him orange as well, because he's just a precursor to their little Jazz Club group. Yeah, okay, he'll show negative. He'll show bad, because he's a bad. And then the special assaults have started to come into local. There's still a couple next door, so I'll go ahead and move systems, because it's not worth it in the end to take extra risk, because this is high sec. Why, if it's a single or one or two guys that are kind of patrolling the area looking for ganks, that's not a big deal, because you can deal with that. But if it's a large corporation that are doing it, there's just too many at too many different times of the day, and it's not that worth it. And like I said, I just resubbed 3 days ago. I've been doing some stuff on my other alts as well, marketing and PVEing and stuff, so I haven't spent a whole lot of time in Yarbat. So this is kind of first time I've seen them active. the last couple times I checked .land, there wasn't much in the way of PvP activity. There we go. So this, let's see, 2200 today. It's not even 22, it's 1700 Eve time anyway. No, it's the 29th. Okay, so this was yesterday. So around 2200 hours there was, I think I must have just missed it. I didn't see this happen. Special assault unit had killed a retriever, and then he killed the guy's pod, and of course he lost his destroyer shortly after. There's some shuttles that got concorded, or rookie ships, I'm not sure what that's about. And then there's a pair of destroyers. Looks like they were killing a Mackinac. This is probably a poorly fit Mackinac. Yeah. Just an EM and a thermal amp. Of course, no kinetic resistance other than what comes to fall with the ship. No shield extender, so it looks like they were tanking for the NPCs and not players. That's why it only took 2. Maybe these 2 guys aren't very high SP, so they felt they needed 2. And then here's a retriever killed by catalyst, so it's a couple in one day. I do think they do like a renter type of thing where if you pay them you don't get ganked, but here's a loss here that they failed to gank. I see 2 on here, so maybe the miner is on this one. No miners on that one. I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe that whatever they were trying to gank didn't have drones out, so maybe it was a hauler or something. They just failed to gank it. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and move systems, and I'll just visit .land and find something that's maybe a bit quieter. I might even go to something like a 0.8 system, just because there's Scordite and Pyrozeres in the system, so I don't necessarily need to. I might have to belt hop a little bit more, but it's less likely I'm going to have to worry about hostiles. And I might even mine in a stationless system, since I'm using those mobile tractor units. I can drop a bunch of those, let them get full, and then I can park my ship. And then since I've got a nice transport, the transport holds 35,000 M3. Let me hop in there real quick. It's got a nice cargo hold. 35,000, that's more than enough to pick up a mobile. My God, I just resubbed, so I'm new at some of these names. But the mobile transporter thingamabob tractor beam unit. I can pick up the tractor beam unit and its cargo with room to spare, so it wouldn't be that difficult to mine in the system without a station. So I'll go ahead and move, and I'm going to look specifically for a decent number of belts in a system without a station that has maybe a refinery next door, and then I can hump the gear through the gates into the system next door. And if I make it a system that has less gate activity, then I might even be able to do a little bit of casual mining. But for casual mining, I'll go ahead and I'll pick up a coveter. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and show you even the best laid plans. You know, you have to be vigilant and have some awareness about what's going on, otherwise you will become a target. And the fact that when I first moved in the system, there was no PvP activity, and I had set standings, and there were none in local, and I came back for a couple more hours the next day, and there were still none. If I had gotten complacent and I wasn't paying attention, then I might have gotten ganked. So I didn't get ganked because I did keep my standings up. I did do my scans. I saw the first dude come into local. That was a member of the special agent or special assault unit, and then I saw a cheetah in local, and then I saw that repo woman, which had a PvP sounding corporation. So at that point I was more aware of what was going on. I was prepping to leave. I had already filled one of my tractor units, so and I was working on the second one, so I was more in the position to walk away from the belt than if I wasn't paying attention and I was mining casually. So I managed to not get ganked and really do an additional amount of research and find out the system is just, it's too PvP heavy active for me to bother mining it. So I'll go ahead and move to a new system. It's no big deal. It's something you have to do. I'm sure these groups move around as well, so what I'll do is I'll move, and then hopefully I'll keep an eye on the system. Maybe they move off into a new area. I'll keep track of them using the kill boards, see if they move into a new area, because eventually everyone that they want to extort money from is going to have given them ISK. The local will stay rather stale, and so will the area that they're working out of, and they'll move to a new area, and they'll get more ganks and more ISK will be extorted, and then the cycle will continue. So there's no reason for me to assume that this is always going to be a system that's going to be unmineable. It's just currently it's too hostile to bother. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something a little bit about managing the risk and how a system that potentially looks on the surface to be safe can change really quickly. If you're not vigilant, then you could potentially become a target of ganks. If you have some comments and some feedback, then you can feel free to leave it in the video. And if this video was all helpful, then please like it. And if you want to share it with friends, favorite it. And if you want to send me some ISK, then you can send it to Jen Taki, and it'll be much appreciated. Thanks for watching.